Good morning, guys. It's Cheyenne here. It is June 2026, top of the morning to you, and we are continuing with Outwitting the Devil. We're reading it out loud. This is a book where somebody interviews the devil and asks him, "Oh, what are the tools, tricks, techniques, and strategies that you use, the devil, to gain control of the minds of the majority of people?" So we'll jump right into it. Tell me something more about the world in which you live. That's the author asking a question, and the devil is going to answer. And it's just kind of back and forth, back and forth. You see, QA, QA, QA. Question, answer, question, answer. Tell me something more about the world in which you live in. I live wherever I choose. Time and space do not exist with me. I am a force best described to you as energy. My favorite physical dwelling place, as I have told you, is the minds of the earthbound. I control a part of the brain space of every human being. The amount of space I occupy in each individual's mind depends on how little and what sort of thinking that person does. As I have told you, I cannot entirely control any person who thinks for themselves. You say you exist in the form of force or energy. Will your majesty state whether this force is negative or positive? The form of power in which I exist, the devil, is negative. The opposition controls the positive forces. I control the negatives. That is why I am so powerful. I control the forces of hate, fear, vanity, avarice, greed, revenge, superstition, and lust. These are the forces which rule the world, and I control 98% of the people of the world because I control these forces. You speak of your opposition. Just what do you mean by that? My opponent controls all the positive forces of the world, such as love, faith, hope, and optimism. My opponent also controls the positive forces of all natural law throughout the universe. The forces which keep the earth and the planets and all the stars balanced in their courses. But these forces are meek in comparison with those which operate in the human mind under my control. You see, I do not seek to control stars and planets. I prefer the control of human minds. Where did you acquire your power, and by what means do you add to it? I add to my power by approaching the mind power of the earthbound as they come through the gate at the time of death. 98 out of every 100 who come back to my plane from Earth plane are taken over by me, and their mind power is added to my being. I get all who come over with any form of fear. You see, I am constantly at work, preparing the minds of people before death, so I can appropriate them when they come back to my plane. Will you tell me how you go about your job of preparing human minds so you can control them? I have countless ways of gaining control of human minds while they are still on earth. My greatest weapon is poverty. I deliberately discourage people from accumulating material wealth because poverty discourages men from thinking and makes them easy prey for me. My next best friend is ill health. An unhealthy body discourages thinking. Then I have countless thousands of workers on earth who aid me in gaining control of human minds. I have these agents placed in every calling. They are present in every race, creed, and religion. Do I understand your majesty to say you have workers in all religions? Most of the churches are my greatest allies. Through their leaders and members, although their leaders and members do not know. Billy Sunday, for example, was a great worker of mine. If I had 100 such men on earth at one time, I would control it in one generation. I always understood that Billy Sunday represented your opposition, that he fought for you bitterly, and that he fought you bitterly. If I had 100, how do you happen to claim him as one of your workers? Mr. Earthbound, you give me a big laugh. I can see that you know little or nothing about psychology. Of course, Billy Sunday fought me. I had him kick me all over the stage, throw me on the floor, jump on me, choke me, and go through all those silly antics of which he was so fond, to keep people from discovering he was my agent. You may not know it, Mr. Earthman, but the best way to advertise an idea is by attacking it. Look what my agents did with the Anti-Saloon League. I had them fight the saloons. I had them pass the prohibition laws, and look what happened. As soon as liquor was forbidden by law, almost everyone began to drink. Now I ask you to take a look at my modernistic streamlined saloons which supplanted the old style places. I have made the saloon a place for smart social gatherings. I have taught women and young girls to go into the saloon by the front door, sit by the bar, where they drink and show off their physical charms to the best advantage. Take a walk down Broadway someday during cocktail hour and see what I have done to add woman customers to my list through the psychology of prohibition. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and always remember to never give